For 100 years, the University at Buffalo School of Management has been developing leaders who have made an impact around the world in a range of industries. And it all started 100 years ago.
In 1923, the UB Council established evening sessions of business administration and journalism in Townsend Hall on Niagara Square, the first steps towards what we know today as the UB School of Management. By 1927, the degrees in business administration were awarded, and the school moved here to Hayes Hall on what is now the South Campus. The part-time MBA program was established in 1930, and the first permanent home of the school, Crosby Hall, was completed 2 years later.
Well, things were tough during the Great Depression. Marketing and economics professor Edmund D. McGarry wrote that these were lean years for the university, and at times, we hardly knew whether it could be held together. Well, it did hold together, and less than a decade later, the university did its part to help the cause during World War II. The faculty had to bend its teaching of economics, labor, and marketing to the Army's demand for things like strategy, tactics, and logistics. Professor McGarry even taught celestial navigation. Well, after the war, GIs flooded into the university. Enrollment surged to more than 1,300 students. That's 6 times more than what it was when the U.S. entered the war. A few years later, in 1949, the school established a PhD program and admitted its first 2 doctoral candidates.
In 1962, UB became part of the SUNY system. The following year, the university established a full-time MBA program. In 1969, the School of Business Administration was officially renamed the School of Management. Dean Richard Brandenburg explained the name change, saying, "It has become increasingly clear that management concepts and tools first used in the business context are also useful in understanding and managing other types of organizations." 2 years after that, the school started its internship program, which soon became one of the largest in the country. In 1977, the school launched a Center for Management Development to coordinate education programs for practicing managers.
The 80s were a time of growth and expansion, and as the school evolved, its sphere of influence widened. In 1984, the school established the first U.S. MBA program in China, with support from the Chinese Ministry of Education and the U.S. Department of Commerce. Back in the U.S., the Jacobs Management Center opened in 1985 and became the School of Management's new home. 2 years later, the school established a Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership in 1987 and has been helping entrepreneurs overcome challenges, inspire innovation, and propel businesses to grow in profitability ever since.
The early 90s were marked by the creation of several international partnerships in countries like Hungary, Latvia, and Singapore. In 1994, the school introduced the Executive MBA program, and our first class of 21 students graduated in 1996.
In the new millennium, the school championed new initiatives in technological entrepreneurship and a new master's degree program in India. In 2005, the school celebrated the opening of the student-focused Alfiero Center. Through it all, the School of Management has kept pace with changes in business and society.
Programs like LeaderCorps, our undergraduate honors program, and our Center for Leadership and Organizational Effectiveness develop leaders who create positive change in the world. Specialized master's degrees produce graduates who rise to the top in finance, accounting, and information systems. Dual degree programs help MBAs master the business of their business, from law to healthcare to social work and beyond. And that's just the beginning. Through our programs, research, partnerships, and global reach, we're helping organizations and students create social impact, giving leaders the tools to navigate their ever-changing industries, and supporting budding entrepreneurs as they innovate and change the world for the next 100 years.